WASB, our board, chambers, and our staff. Thank you so much for attending. I'm Elisa Joseph, Director of Programs with the U.S. Black Chambers, Inc., affectionately known as the National Voice of Black Business. We represent over 140 Black chambers of commerce and small businesses across the nation and are founded on 5 principles of service: advocacy, access to capital, contracting, entrepreneurial training, and chamber development. In today's webinar, we will be introducing the famous Amos competition application process. And so before we get started, I'd like to just give 2 housekeeping notes. The first is I'd like to encourage you to drop your questions into the chat or into the Q&A, and we will address as many as possible, not only during this webinar, but afterwards as well. If you still have additional questions, please feel free to email us at programs@usblackchambers.org, and we will make sure to get those questions answered by the experts. So this program is presented by Famous Amos, Ingredients for Success, and which began in Famous Amos began in 1975 at a bakery on Sunset Boulevard, and many of you have heard of Wally Amos, who really put cookies on the map. And so we're excited to be presenting this with Famous Amos in its 4th year of this pitch competition. Being able to really provide more reach to the Black businesses that we serve nationally through our chambers of commerce, and really excited to be able to bring this program to you today. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Rajna Patel, Vice President of Marketing for Famous Amos, who is the lead of this program and whose brainchild this is. And so Rajna Patel is Vice President for Distinctive Brands at Ferrero North America and responsible for Famous Amos, with a focus on brand development, innovation, and execution of strategic marketing plans. Prior to this, she has worked at Treehouse Foods, Mondelez, and General Electric, and has 18 years of experience in marketing. Creativity, drive, and leadership are Rajna's greatest strengths. She started her career in finance and was the youngest plant controller in her division. Rajna is based in Chicago, earned a BBA from Michigan State University, and her MBA from Northwestern University Kellogg School of Management. She's also a big foodie and enjoys traveling and has been to 50 countries. It is our honor and pleasure to have you here with us today, Rajna. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to share the details of this program with you. As Alyssa said, I was one of the founders of the Ingredients for Success program for Famous Amos, and we started this initiative in 2020 when we took over the Famous Amos brand as Ferraro for the first time. And our goal with this program is really to make sure that we're able to offer entrepreneurs that are in their early stages resources to make sure that they're successful on a longer term. And so with that, I can give you some overview on what the program is if you haven't heard of it. Ingredients for Success is essentially an annual national program. It's currently in its, and it gives $50,000 capital awards each year, along with resources, mentorship to Black early stage business owners. The aim is really to help with these business owners to give them the tools and resources so that they are successful and sustainable in the longer term. The program helps increase the capacity of early stage Black-owned businesses and also coaches them. And really what we're so excited about is that we've already seen such great success from our past businesses that have won this award. And most recently, our 3rd year winner, Amir Horton from Eartha Watches, he has a luxury watch company. Not only did he overcome tremendous hurdles throughout his time as an entrepreneur, but since winning during cycle 3, which was last year, not only has he increased the capacity for his business to launch a new collection, but they're also projected to hit 6-figure sales this year. And so we're super excited for all the applicants to enjoy these benefits of not only being involved with Famous Amos Ingredients for Success and the grant itself, but I want to pass it back to Alyssa to share more with you on how you can actually apply and what it's going to take to make a winning pitch.
And so thank you, Rajna, for that great overview. And as we go through these slides, I want you to feel free to jump in wherever you like, wherever you'd love to give some additional commentary. And what we're going to do is we're really going to start from the beginning. And so each of these next slides really talks about what this process is. We are so excited to have been selected to deliver this program for Famous Amos, and really encourage you to apply for this program. So we've got a couple of steps. When you go to our site, Famous Amos, ingredientsforsuccess.com, and please scan this QR code if you have your phones out right now. Before you apply, we want to make sure that you are eligible to apply, because there are a couple of requirements for that. Businesses must be at minimum 90% Black owned, in business for 5 years or less. That's a very key piece. So if you're, 5 years or 6 months, you might not be eligible. So make sure that you're under that 5-year mark. And headquartered within the United States. That excludes, though, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, other commonwealths, territories, and possessions. And your ownership must be held by owners who are at least 21 years of age at the time of submission. So there is an age requirement for this program. We started and launched this on June 24th, 2024, and the program will end at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time on August 4th, 2024. So please be sure to get your applications in as early as possible. Just a few things about submission requirements in and of themselves. So we're inviting all of you to apply. And here are just some of the key things that you need that are listed here on these slides. So obviously we want your name, your business name, address, and email. Your tax ID number is very critical in this space. When we show you the sort of example of the platform that you're going to be seeing, this particular contest wants you to give us an overview of your business, 250 word max, as well as a link to your website, any of your social channels, your headshot, and a 90-second pitch video. So it's really important that all of those elements be incorporated in order for our review process to begin of your application. Again, I mentioned that you must submit your entry by Sunday, August 4th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. And then what will happen once all of their submissions are in, there will be a review of everyone, and 10 finalists are going to be selected, and they're going to move to the next round of judging. Of those 10 finalists, there will be 3 winners, each of which will win a $50,000 award. Again, as we send out this document to you, and as you'll see as you look through our website, we do have official rules that you can make yourself familiar with. Again, the 10 finalists will have some additional requirements for themselves that will be provided to them once they are selected, not the least of which is a 500-word summary talking about their business's greatest need. Really critical in this process, from a quick tip perspective, is that you submit your headshot and video with the application. If you do not do that, you're going to delay our ability to review it. One of the great tips is to make sure that all of the information you have ahead of time. So as I said, just based on this information that we're showing you, and we'll show you the platform in a minute. If you have all of that information right at your fingertips, it makes it so much easier to go through the process. You can also download the rules to familiarize yourself with the program. If you're getting any email, whether it's from us or from our platform, please make sure that you check your spam folder in case you get anything from programs@usblackchambers.org. So it's more likely it will be some sort of question about your application prior to the August 4th date. And so let me just move forward to what the platform will look like. So this is when you first apply, that QR code that I asked you to scan, and it will be available in the deck for you to scan as well. These are the initial eligibility requirements that let you go to the next stage to be able to submit an application. So that'll be one of the first things that you do. As we mentioned, the application process, you're going to just hit apply once you have gone through the eligibility piece, and it allows you to kind of move to the next step. And then you're going to be moving to the actual platform itself that is going to be accepting your application. And so here it does provide an overview of the program, as Rajna has just highlighted and discussed. Talks a little bit about the overview of why it's important for Famous Amos to offer this to Black business owners, specifically because of his journey as a Black-owned business. And then it'll give you a little bit about Famous Amos itself. There are links to download the contest rules and eligibility requirements, and so please feel free to utilize those. The submission form, again, is pretty simple. There's your first, your last name, your email address, your business name. You're also going to put in your business address, your tax ID number, and that 250-word overview about your business. You are going to let us know if your business is 90% Black-owned. Pretty much if you're in the portal, that should be a yes. Your start date, and then what you're going to see, it's going to ask you, are you headquartered in the United States? Hopefully that answer is yes. If it is no, you will not be eligible to move any further. It'll ask you for the link to your websites, your social media links, your headshot, and your pitch video. So a very, very simple application process. If you have any questions about the program, you can always go to our frequently asked questions. It's part of that platform as well as on the website. And it basically provides, again, an overview of the initiative, who can apply, and what's required to apply. The QR code here takes you directly to that FAQ if you're interested in looking at it ahead of time. But again, most importantly is making sure you have all of your information in front of you. So, know where your headshot is, know where, do your short video, make sure you've got that uploaded so you can easily connect it to the site. Know where your social media links are. So if you need to just put everything on a Word doc and all you have to do is cut and paste, that's okay too, as long as you have it in front of you. So I'm going to take a brief pause. Rajna, do you want to add anything additional to this?
No, I think you captured pretty much all of the details on how to apply. You talked a little bit about why we started this program, specifically focused on Black-owned businesses, and I see some of the questions that are coming up in the chat. So I just want to kind of caveat that the reason that this program exists is Famous Amos is a brand of cookies that started in 1975 by Wally Amos. He was a passionate Black entrepreneur, and while he put cookies on the map and had financial support in the form of a loan, he eventually ended up having to sell his business because he didn't have the wraparound resources, whether it was legal counsel, whether it was financial, how to balance your books or how to do a business plan, all of the different things that go into being successful. And that's why this program is important for not just the award of $50,000, but all of the other resources. And so, I think the question, with regards to who has to be the owner of the business, it has to be 90% Black owned, because we really want to make sure that we're supporting a community that doesn't have as equal access to these types of resources that are available more broadly to other entrepreneurs. And the goal is to make sure that these resources, beyond just the capital, even if you go on the site right now, Famous Amos Ingredients for Success.com, we've worked really closely with the U.S. Black Chambers to put a list of resources there that you can have for free today, even if you decide not to apply. And I urge you to make sure that you never are, too arrogant to think that you're in a journey that you don't need more help. I I know Alyssa shared my bio in the beginning. I still have so much to learn, as each of you. And so make sure you use the resources and don't get discouraged if you don't hit the 5-year mark and you're at 5 years and 3 months. There's still so much that's on this site that will help you succeed, even if it's not being submitted for a $50,000 award.
Raj, I think that's such a great point, and that's why we're so excited to partner with you as well, because as you know, we have a lot of resources. We have really changed our business model in a way over the past 3 years, 4 years, to really make sure that we're providing the kinds of resources that not only Black businesses, but minority businesses and all small businesses in general need. And so, you know, we really are just thankful to be able to assist, to provide that. And as Rajan said, you know, even if it's not this opportunity, there are other opportunities that become available through this network that we've created together. And so what we'll do right now is Tiffany and Phil, if you don't mind, if there's some questions that you'd like us to answer, we're happy to do that. So Raja, I can take that, or you can take that. It definitely is when you listed your business with your Secretary of State.
Yeah.
So that would have been when you've gotten your, you know, basically your tax ID number would come along with that. Your business registration would be part of that. You know, the fact that you're in good standing with your state is part of that. So that is definitely when the time, the clock starts for that, up to obviously today, June 2024, in thinking about that 5-year period.
It would be the same time frame, so since incorporation.
So they are part of the application review. We want to know a little bit about you. You know, you're giving us a 250-word business overview, but we really would love to know a little bit more about you, what you do. It allows us to be able to see a little bit more intimately, you know, what your business is engaged in, the kind of services or products that you're providing. And it also, you know, at the end of the day, we at USBC encourage businesses to have a digital footprint. It is very hard to be a successful business today without a digital footprint. And so this basically sort of reinforces that. Raja, do you want to add to that?
No, I think the main piece, right, you're talking about if your website or social sites will be evaluated. Ultimately, it's the pitch video, right? You have 90 to 120 seconds to do a pitch. And that's really where you're going to share what your business is, what you're passionate about, what you would do with this fund, this funding, and where you are with your business. So as you do that submission, there's different ways of incorporating, showcasing your business social sites or the website or the product, if it is a product. So make sure that that 120-second pitch video is really capturing the essence of why you think that you would, you know, be the right person or right business to win this award, but also the reason for the 90 to 100-second pitch video being one of the core components is, again, in my mind, right? If you think about at any given point, networking is another component of the wraparound. If you have a elevator pitch that's ready to go, that's really what you need as you work through your business. Whether you're in the first year or in the 10th year, you need to know within 2 minutes how to explain to somebody what your business is. And so for that reason, even if you have a digital footprint or a social footprint, the goal is for you to use this as an opportunity to learn and practice. And so that was, again, another reason that it's more about what you say and how you show up than trying to spend hours putting together a lot of different documents. The application, as Alyssa went through, is pretty straightforward. There's a lot of just drop downs that you're going to fill in. And then ultimately, the one differentiating component that you're going to have your own footprint on is that pitch video. No, there is not. Because again, whether you are making, I'm making this up, but whether you're in the green or red, which most companies are still in that early stage, still trying to figure out how to turn a profit, there's still the same level of skills that you need in year one, even if you're making a small amount of revenue versus $1 million in revenue, right? It's still those basic foundational things. You're never too big to be able to say that I make this much money and I don't need those foundational skills.
So I think to answer the first part of the question, it needs to be compelling. I'm not going to say there's any particular service or product. Raja, do you want to continue on that?
Yeah, no, I was going to say the same exact thing, right? The only other thing that we have written into the rules is if you're part of a franchise business, that's really the only caveat. Otherwise, everyone else is free to access the program and apply.
And again, I think it's a great, as you start to look through the site and become familiar, it's important to look at those rules and regulations because they do outline all of that information for you as a reference. Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters whether you're a home-based business or a brick and mortar. I don't believe we're publicizing any actual addresses, not Raja, right? It's basically
it's
business
not
owner.
Address. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it depends, right? I don't know what your business is exactly, but we do a lot of continued outreach to the programs that end up in the 10 finalist list. And then obviously a little bit more for the 3 awards that get given out each year. And so it's not necessarily your home address, but your business address, because our goal is to help promote you. We've done some work where CBS Eye on the Community recently came to me, and we chose 3 out of the 9 award recipients from the past to be able to take that opportunity and share what their program is and how this award was able to help them. And so with that, there was their website, as well as other information about their business that was shared more broadly on a national scale, particularly because we were trying to help them promote their business.
No, I just think you need to be a viable business, right,
Yeah.
Rajna?
It's really about being a viable business. It's about the compelling pitch video that you submit showcasing why you're doing what you're doing and what this funding will allow you to do in your business moving forward. Today, this program stands as it is been shared with you all today. So the 5 rules that we said, right, being 21 and older, being in the U.S., being in business 5 years or less, and having at least 90% or more Black ownership, those are still components that are important to this program, particularly because this program is meant to help honor the legacy of our founder. The name of the brand is Famous Amos. We're carrying Wally Amos's name still. And so until we are forced to make a different decision as the program stands today, it will continue to support Black-owned businesses.
I'm going to answer this from a different perspective than probably Rajna.
Okay.
I always believe, and again, this is just, based on the work that we do as an organization, how we present our businesses to our corporate partners for contracting opportunities, to our lenders for financing opportunities, and now through this pitch competition. You are the best promoter of your business. You can use AI, but the soul of who it is and what it is that you've created is not necessarily going to shine through. And so I would encourage you to, you don't have to submit without practicing. You can practice your spiel over and over and over again before you actually record it. But I think that it's most important to hear the vision, the mission, the values, the reason, the community support as to why you started your business, why you serve the customers you serve. And I just believe that no one can tell that story better than you as the business owner.
Yeah, I would kind of concur with that. The 2 other things I want to add on to that. AI, no matter how precise of a statement it's going to give you, will never showcase emotion, right? And it's not going to bring to life the business that you have put together on your own. Secondly, separate from practicing, you will only do yourself disservice by utilizing AI to submit your pitch, because a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, or if you're in an elevator and somebody asks you what your business is and you have 60 seconds to tell them before that door opens what your business is, you can't say, hold on, let me ask AI. And so again, it's really about being passionate. And if you are passionate about your business, you should be able to explain. You will have to practice. I practice everything that I do still to this day. And so I would say that, take the time and really invest in yourself, because it's more about that. And people will see that when you put that effort and passion into the pitch that you share with us. It's any kind of business. I would say the best way to get an understanding of what kind of video, pitch videos are going to be successful. We have on Amos Ingredients for Success.com put all of the previous winners' information on what their application had, what their business is, as well as the pitch videos that they put together. And so I would say that would probably be a good place to go and see what others are doing, others that actually won this award in the past, and how they put their video together and what they shared with us and how they showed up. It changes each year, but in the past, we've had about 2,000 applications, and then we narrow that down to 10 finalists, and then that gets narrowed further to 3 recipients. And ultimately, the applications are open through August 4th, and then once the application process closes, in September, we will announce who the 10 finalists are.
So Carla, this is Elisa. Thank you so much for joining. This is for-profit businesses only, not for nonprofits. Mm-hmm. So we can, yeah, Ron, Philip, we can respond to everyone via email. We'll gather all of your questions and try to put together just a quick little sort of Q&A, like question and response to those after this. Give us a day or so to do that. You'll also have access to this presentation once everything goes out from the programs group, from our programs team to you as a follow-up to this. So we're more than happy to answer those questions. I do want to also add one more thing. When you're in submitting your application, if you are not ready to submit, you can always go back in and update your answers, upload your information. Once you hit the submit button, you can't change anything. So I do believe that leveraging on the site, we do ask you to send any questions to programs@usblackchambers.org. We're more than happy to answer them. And the same thing with everyone who's in the chat right now. We so appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to let Rajna have the last word before we close out. Rajna?
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you all for your time today. Like I've said multiple times, there's something in this program for every single person. And so the resources that are available, again, it's Famous Amos Ingredients for Success.com. They're available to help any budding entrepreneur grow and stay in business and have a sustainable business. And so if you're selected as a top 10 finalist, you will also receive more personalized touch points and coaching from the Famous Amos brand team, USBC, and other entrepreneurs. But I just want to say good luck to everyone who applies, as well as just everyone that is in this journey, starting their own businesses in this early stages. There's something on our site for everyone. So please take the time to invest in yourselves the same way that we want to invest in helping you be successful in the long term.
Thank you so much, Rajna. I want to echo the sentiments of the participants today, and thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present this program. And in closing, what I'd love to do is have Tiffany join us to just, Rajna talked about a lot of the resources that we want to make available to all of you. And at the end of each of our webinars, we share this information. Would love for you all to not only once you've submitted for this program, but to we'll continue to stay in touch with you, but to also feel free to join any of our webinars, join any of our resources, our consultations that happen. And so I'm going to give Tiffany a little bit of time to just kind of run through those before we close. Tiff?
Excellent. Ladies, thank you so much. Phil, thank you for the questions. This webinar, completely successful. The chat was on fire. Yes, everyone who registered for this webinar today will get the recording emailed to you. So thank you for registering today, and know that USBC always uploads our webinars to our YouTube channel. We have here Buy Black. BuyBlack.us. If your firm is looking to increase its revenue opportunities, USBC Buy Black is the first Black certification program with a business directory, providing businesses that certify specific access to private and public procurement opportunities, highlights, and other benefits. This online program can help prepare you for the contracting space as documents preparation guide. So please certify today by visiting usblackchambers.org/certification! Our next slide talks about it is time to celebrate 15 years of Black excellence with USBC. Join us at the USBC National Conference and 15th anniversary celebration for inspiring main stage sessions, interactive workshops, and unforgettable evening experiences. This milestone event is an unparalleled opportunity for minority business owners to connect, learn, and grow. Tickets are selling fast at www.usbc15.com. Reserve your spot today, and let's make history together. Note, that is an in-person conference. Webinars, please always feel free to go and follow us and register online, www.usblackchambers.org/webinars for all of our upcoming webinars. The next slide is really fun, our resource desk here. The USBC Resource Desk, supported by Wells Fargo, provides crucial support to diverse and minority-owned businesses. This resource hub offers expert advice, mentorship, and access to financial tools and opportunities. It aims to promote equitable economic growth and help for entrepreneurs thriving through targeted assistance and strategic guidance. Right there, you see sitting next to it, the USBC Lending Program, powered by Lendistry, provides tailored financial solutions for minority-owned businesses, offering flexible funding options. It supports entrepreneurs in scaling and sustaining their ventures. With funding still available, this program helps businesses achieve their goals and drives economic empowerment within our community. And you see right underneath, SCORE. The U.S. Black Chambers, Inc. is thrilled to announce a groundbreaking partnership with SCORE, a highly regarded nonprofit association dedicated to helping small businesses grow and achieve their goals through education and mentorship. All of these resources you will find on the resource desk. For more events like these, please follow us on social media at usblackchambers.org. Again, always check out our upcoming webinars. And if today's forum prompted additional questions and interest, just like Elisa Joseph noted, feel free to contact us at programs@usblackchambers.org. We really appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.